What's going on, y'all? This is Dana Pope Jr., Master Executive 8. And there are two things that should be a requirement for you if you're going to have a woman in your life in any capacity. And that is shut upness. That's not my term. These are not my terms. And obedience. These are actually the only real two things that a woman can offer of value. Now, of course, she may have some education that may be of use. She may have, just some womanly skills in general that may be in use. She has femininity. That's all very useful stuff. But without obedience and shut upness, they don't mean anything. Because for one, if she doesn't listen, then when she does test you and you put her in her place and she doesn't listen, then you'll keep having to put her in her place. And that is just more stress on your life. If you have to continually put a woman in her place and it's causing you more stress, then you don't need to deal with that situation. And obedience is the second thing that you need. Simply meaning she'll follow your lead because you're a good leader. And a lot of women nowadays want to lead you. So if she wants to lead you and she doesn't want to follow your lead, you can't deal with her. Because she'll never let you be in a position of power. And this is not to say that she doesn't have any power. It's just her power comes from her being able to follow your lead. Her power comes from her being able to listen and take instruction. Now, of course, as a man, you got to do what I talked about in my other video. You got to be authoritative, meaning you got to be true to yourself. You know what I mean? You got to be commanding and self-confident and true. Because if you don't have those things, then she shouldn't submit to you. She shouldn't be obedient to you because you don't have the ability to maintain that authoritative state. So you need to maintain that authoritative state in order to get the obedience that you want from a woman. Remember what authoritative means: being commanding and self-confident. And that will increase the likelihood of you being respected and obeyed. So I'll just give you an example of something you don't want to deal with. Have you ever been talking to a woman and when it's your turn to talk, she's still talking or trying to talk over you? And boom, you let her know once. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had your turn to talk. Now I'm going to talk. And it's not that you can't talk, but you can't talk while I'm trying to talk. If she can't do that one simple thing, then you don't need to deal with her. Don't deal with a woman who doesn't listen. Man, I remember a woman asking me a question, and this happened on several occasions. And I'm trying to explain something. And as I'm trying to explain, she keeps talking over me. And then when she finally does be quiet, she's not paying attention to me. So if I continue to try to talk, it's like talking to a brick wall. Don't do that. And if you find yourself doing that, drop her in obedience. If you are a man on a mission and you're in your purpose and you're being authoritative and you're being true, commanding and self-confident, and you're going where you need to go, if she can't fall in line and follow you, you don't need her, because she wants you to follow her. And if not everybody agrees with this, because not everybody, some men like to follow women, and that's okay. I'm not, if that's what you want to do, but I don't. I want to be the leader, because that's my role. I believe in roles, and I believe that a man should lead and a woman should follow. And that's not to say that she can't have any input, but at the end of the day, my decision goes, and she should be cool with that, especially if it's a decision that's moving me forward, which moves us forward. It's a the first thing that I thought about when I was thinking about this concept was it's a book called the Book of Adam and Eve. It's not in your Bible. It's a Gnostic text. It was taken out, and it's talking about their whole story about after they got kicked out of the garden, and they're in the cave of treasures, and all the stuff that went on after that. Well, Adam was upset that he got kicked out of the garden, so he kept killing himself. And guess what happened every time he killed himself? Eve killed herself, because she felt like without her man, she had no direction. She had no more purpose. She was made to be his helpmeet. So if she doesn't have a man to be a helpmeet to, she had no more purpose for living. And when Adam jumped off the cliff, she jumped off the cliff. When Adam drowned himself in the water, she drowned herself in the water. I mean, if y'all get a chance, read that book, the Book of Adam and Eve, when they were in the cave of treasures. Now, like I said, man, you got to be a man on a mission. You got to be a man with some purpose. You got to be a man that's at least has some sort of idea of where he's going. You know what I'm saying? And I say that because, sometimes you're taking an unbeaten path. You're taking a path that's never been traveled before. So you won't know exactly, you know what I'm saying, like where this path will take you, but you're sure and you're confident that you're doing your best for not just yourself, but everyone else that's involved with you. So if you have that mentality, and you do have a definite goal of where you're going, you know what I'm saying? Just, things happen in life. We change through our journeys. But you have a definite plan to succeed, then you need a woman that's going to obey you and to follow your lead. And you need a woman that's going to be quiet when you're talking. And like I said, it's not that you can't talk, but you can't talk while I'm trying to talk. If I ask you a question and then I go to answer the question and you're talking over me as I'm answering the question, I'm not dealing with it. I'm actually going to disconnect at that point, because it's like you don't have, I might even tell you once, I'm going to keep it real. I might tell you once, like, yo, you just asked me a question. I'm trying to talk and you're talking over me. Can you be quiet while I answer the question? And she says, okay. And then she starts talking over you again. Nope, that's it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even deal with it the first time, but like, if for whatever reason you do and she does it again, like, don't even go no further. Like, man, I'm to the point now where I'm not dealing with it at all. Like the minute I see you don't have the capacity to listen, I'm not trying to teach you how to listen. Like that's not my job. If you don't already come with that capability to be quiet while I'm talking, then I'm cool. All right, y'all. This is Dana Pope Jr., Master Executive 8. I'm out.